All right, let's talk about Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns. Jameis had the all-time Jameis Winston performance. I mean, you look at the stat line, he had just shy of 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, 2 of which were pick six. I mean, if that's not Jameis Winston, I don't know what is. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all. The good and the bad that we saw with Winston. Definitely the Browns offense was able to pick apart this really good Broncos defense a little bit. And the Broncos do have injuries in their secondary. That has to be mentioned. But still, like, they were able to do stuff like this. Jerry Jeudy running a route over the middle against zone coverage. Watch as Winston takes the snap. He's going to, fake a pitch and then looks over, and you see Jeudy is getting open right here. So this play is working. You have a good setup route by Njoku, drawing some linebackers further in. Winston is able to, hit Jeudy, who, again, was open. Really good stuff, and Jeudy does some nice stuff in open space as well. Jerry Jeudy had a huge day. This will not be the last we talk of him. Definitely, though, that was kind of what they were doing, is sort of picking apart zone coverage, even on some tougher plays like this one, which is, that last one was kind of an easier play for Winston. This one a little bit tougher. David Njoku, again, trying to get into a gap in coverage. Right here, Winston takes the snap, looks over, and it's like, is this open? I mean, it's tough. Njoku is going to run past these two Chargers players, but you have to get it before the safety can come in. It's a tight window throw. But Winston makes that throw because he's never seen a window he can't fit a ball through, or at least that he believes he can't fit a ball through, decides to make that throw, and it works out. So really good stuff there by Winston for sure. This play was not ideal. This one was the other side of the coin, which it was just a weird play by Winston, to be honest. So the Browns are down 4 points, but they're, in field goal range already with a minute 52. If they can kind of slowly, methodically move the ball down the field, they can, get a touchdown maybe as time expires, be leading at the half. You see the coverage the Broncos are in. It's zone coverage, but also worth noting, it's just a 3-man rush. So 8 players are back in coverage here. Winston takes a snap, and like I said, it's a weird play where you see you have a tight end. Winston looks at the tight end. I don't know why he doesn't just fire it right here. Instead, he waits too long, which gives time for Nick Bonito to step in front. He ends up getting a pick 6 on this play, so good job by him to read it eventually. But also, if Winston just makes the throw right away, it's not a pick 6, it's a completion and you gain some yards. So again, not an ideal play by Winston, ends up in a pick 6, so that definitely stings. Heading over to this play, this is one of those situations where, the Broncos are going to have 4 players deep on this one, and usually you think, okay, if there's a deep shot, you have 4 players covering deep, no worries, right? You're good. But sometimes this actually creates some miscommunication. Because when Jeudy runs this deep route, I think what happened was just essentially one Denver player thought, the other guy was going to cover Jeudy, and the other guy thought that the first guy was going to cover Jeudy, and because of it, nobody does. Jeudy wide open. Jameis Winston reads this play, and this was a huge play because they just gave up a 93-yard touchdown, but now Winston hits Jeudy. They get this big play just back, and because of it, they're able to, make it a one-score game again. Bad mistake by the Broncos, obviously, but, good job by the Browns to be able to take advantage. Although, yes, those big plays are the fun ones, this was another thing they were able to do effectively was, one, the Broncos tried to play man coverage. They were able to just win one-on-one matchups. Like you see, it's man coverage. You have a one-on-one matchup towards the bottom of the screen, so this is where Cleveland's going to look towards. It's Michael Woods running this route, but watch how well of a job he does. Look, as you see, runs a good route, gets a good amount of separation. Winston hits him, right on the money, and safety comes down, and, for a second, it looked like he might miss the tackle, and you get a touchdown. That didn't quite happen, but still, a good play there. So this was, I think, the biggest thing that was going right for the Browns offensively. It's just the simple stuff, right? They're able to hit on a lot of these plays. Yes, they had a couple big ones, but for the most part, Winston threw the ball 58 times. He was able to hit on a high percentage of those plays. Now, the completion percentage wasn't super high, but the plays that he hit on, they were able to be these kind of, 10, 15-yard gains. Now let's go over here. So the Broncos just converted on a 3rd down and 12. That was, was a catch officially. It looked a little bit debatable, but the Broncos elect not to challenge it. So you have a 1st down. And for Winston, you're in a great position to win the football game, right? You're down 2 points with a minute 59 left, and the Broncos only have one timeout left. So if you can get 2 first downs, you're probably kicking a game-winning field goal attempt as time expires. It's a good situation. The Broncos on this play, they're in man coverage, and you see the route on the screen and how it can work, right? I mean, Elijah Moore's route, definitely one that can work. When this play begins, you see that there is separation. If you can throw this toward the sideline, I don't know how many yards this is getting, but as long as you get it there in a hurry and throw it towards the sideline, you're probably gaining some yards right here. So that's why Winston is making this throw, and there's no getting around it. This is just going to be a horrible throw. Watch, it just gets away from him, and that's what happens. I mean, it's way too close towards the outside. Didn't get enough arm strength on it either, and due to some not great tackling, ends up getting intercepted in return for a touchdown. And it's also worth mentioning, you have to tackle him here. This is a bad mistake by Elijah Moore to kind of just stand there. If he runs over and just touches him down, the game isn't over. The Browns have all 3 timeouts. So, it's a really bad mistake to not get the tackle there by Moore. But also, I mean, obviously, Winston, not the best throw there. So, yeah, tough situation there. And then they're able to work the ball back to the 2-yard line right here. So, listen, I don't know how well this play is going to, what's going to happen if they can convert the touchdown. They're still down 9 points. So, you're in a tough situation. But still, you play it out, right? Every now and then something crazy happens. The Bears were in this situation. They were able to tie it and get to overtime, right? So, yeah, you play it out. Why not? It's a zone coverage play. You have, David Njoku running a route, trying to get into a gap in coverage, and you're going to run a play action. Winston takes a snap, runs the play action, and there's a window here. I mean, Njoku looks to be open, definitely make this throw. I think what happened is, I think Winston just never sees the linebacker in front and thinks he has a clear lane to Njoku, because he throws it directly at that linebacker who nearly had another. For a second, I'm like, are they going to get a third pick six in this game? That didn't quite happen, but still, a play you would have liked to not have go that poorly as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's the classic Jameis Winston game. You get the incredible good plays, and you get a lot of just consistently good plays, but the bad outweighs the good in this game, and that's what ultimately happened and how Denver was able to get the victory. But yeah, those are my thoughts on all of this. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.